Hi guys, welcome. Hi Robin. Hi Abby. Marty, hi. Hi Cheryl. Hi Helen. How is everyone this morning? I have the lovely little Shadow with me today, haven't I, Shadow? Say hello. Oh, she doesn't want to say hello very loud today. Hi Kenny. She's here. She's grumpy because I closed the door. Hi Dawn. Aren't you? Aren't you grumpy? Are you grumpy? You are. Silly little girl. She's been quite vocal this morning, so yeah. So I'm going to do the tiny tin challenge, although using a 10 pack of these brush markers, they don't sort of look tiny, but obviously we're only using 10 colours, so we're going to have a play with the Ecoline brush pens today. Bit of watercolour to have some fun with. And we're going to actually colour in this image here from the Meadowhaven colouring book by Lorraine. So we're going to have a play with that today for the challenge. Hi Pamela, which should be fun. So I didn't actually have the 10 pack, but I've picked out the colours that, most of the colours I had, but there was a couple I had to substitute. One was a yellow, I think it was supposed to be lemon yellow. I swapped it for deep yellow because that's all I had. Another one was dark orange or deep orange. I only had the light orange. And scarlet, which I swapped for carmine because I didn't have it. So all of the other colours are from the... Oh, actually, this was supposed to be deep ultramarine. I had to pick ultramarine violet. So, but that is basically the 10 pack there. So we're going to use that today. Hi, Raylene. I've printed it on Canson, the extra large pad. I'll see if I can grab it and show you. I'll go over it again before I start it, but I just wanted to show you first. And Shadow knows to get out my way when I'm looking for stuff. She just ran away. So I've printed it on this one. So it's called press paper, 300 gram it says. It's about a 300 GSM, I reckon. It's pretty thick, it's like card. It's probably as thick as the Strathmore Tantone paper. Hi Dawn, welcome. So yeah, we're going to do that today. I'll put it away for now, and we'll do the book flip throughs first, or the haul that I did. Hi Charlotte. It is very thick. So I got a couple of books this week. I got actually it's Sahara's fault, so I'll blame her. No. Mythographic. I got Dragons and Mythical Creatures Advanced colouring book, and World of Warcraft, an adult colouring book. I also got a PDF copy of Nathaniel Wake's new book, Cats. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I actually want to colour the tiger in that one fairly soon, so I will do that shortly. No worries, Cheryl. Can you guys hear me okay today? I'm having trouble with the internet. It just seems to be very, very slow. It keeps telling me I've got a bad feed. Yep, all good. Perfect. Loud and clear. Thank you very much. Hi Loretta Han, how are you? Hi Dev. Hi Caran, everyone's popping in today. I've tried to put my camera as far enough away from the book as possible so we don't get that flickering in the camera light today. Alright, so I'll start with this one. So, oh, you better find them. So I ordered this one. I actually saw an awesome colorist color some of these images from the book, and I went, I want to try that. So I thought I better get the book to try that with. So I've ordered this one. I got these all off Amazon. I don't actually play World of Warcraft. I think I mentioned that last week. I have issue with playing games like this. Just get extremely addicted, and it takes over my life, and I just don't have time to do that. Otherwise I wouldn't be here colouring with you guys. So yeah, I have heard and seen people play it, and I do like the look of the game, and I would love to play it, but as I said, I just don't think I'll go down that rabbit hole. I wish that there was more of this art in there, but I did see a couple of books on there that I think does have artwork, so I'm going to have a look at those too. You did play, Cheryl? Hi, Peppers. It is very addictive, that's right. Very, very addictive. Hi, Lynn. So yeah, sorry my lights are a little bright, so just sort of tip them to the side a little bit. But yeah, the reason I wish that there was more of these is because they're really great. Like, if you don't play the game and don't see the characters often, it'd be hard to sort of choose colours and things like that. So I've been stalking and trolling Instagram and having a look at all the fan-based art, a lot of digital art, to see what things people have been colouring. So I'm looking forward to having a go at this one. It's quite thick. The paper is actually not fantastic. It's fairly thin. I don't believe you could use markers or water-based on it. I think that it would crinkle up too much. You didn't care for the colour book. Yeah, Loretta. I used to play a couple of RPG games like this, and I guess that's why I decided not to pick up and have a go. But there's some quite cool images in here, and I can see them looking really amazing. So I can't wait to have a go at a couple of these. So I've got my voice back. It is great, Dev. I really like it. I'm into this kind of thing, though. I always have been. Ah, great. I'm still a little bit croaky, actually. Hi, Nick and Tina. Did I miss you guys? Let me just flick through and make sure I didn't miss anyone else here. That one's quite cool. Ah, there you are. I see you. To keep an eye on the chat because I keep missing people. Sausage. dark crystal. That'd be cool, actually. I should go check that one out. Do you know, I actually don't think I've seen the full, complete movie of Dark Crystal. So I don't think there's any one artist in this book, is there? It looks like it's just a compilation of, just says Blizzard Entertainment, cover, editors, directors, illustrations, Micro Tangerolini. I think I saw this one, someone had coloured, and it looked amazing. I probably won't be able to do it. You know what happens, you see something you really like and you want to give it a go and it never works out right. Hi Katrina. Oh, thank you. They're actually really long. It's time to cut them. They, I've never had a problem with growing my nails. But they always end up so long and they start to curve and they get frustrating. This one's really cool. I wouldn't mind having a go at this one. But yes, I don't know if you've ever trolled World of Warcraft. There's quite a lot of interesting things you can find there. But some amazing, amazing pictures. Yeah, Cheryl, I definitely will be having a go at it. This guy reminds me of Kung Fu Panda for some reason. Blood elves. Hi Pam, how are you? I have seen the movie. I was just going to say, the movie was quite good. Oh, there you go. I didn't know that, Loretta. Oh, he's quite cool, isn't he? Look at that. I really like this. I think this would come out well, having the water and the reflection of him. Yeah, I was just looking at some of the pictures, and even the backgrounds are really cool in them. There was a couple where I saw it was like an eclipse type look. Just beautiful stuff that, I don't know, there's stuff that we all sort of look at and wish that we could do. Ah, yep, okay. Yeah. Is this some sort of elf here? Okay. And this cute little fella here at the end. guessing the Murloc was this creature here, was it? Well, I might have to look up some pictures of this one then and see what it looks like in the game. Beautiful. The other one I got was, I didn't actually get to see inside this one, and I hadn't seen it anywhere, so I grabbed it. It's not what I thought it would be. It is a hardcover book, but it's got a lot of mandala style dragons. Some of them are okay, but I'm not into the mandala stuff, so. So this is dragons and magical creatures, and I don't think there's a illustrator on this one either. It just says the Celeria Book Company. Printed and bound in China. There's a couple of websites. But yeah, no actual artist. Oh well. So there's a bit of an introduction, there's a key on every page, but these are the types of images that are in it. So for me, this is stressful. Look at this, and gets really stressful. But yeah, some of them are okay, some of them aren't too bad, but like I think that these sort of patterns and things are really unnecessary in it. But yeah, they're all kind of similar. Yeah, a lot. Me neither, Helen. What were you saying, Cheryl? I missed that. Yeah, that's what I would do, Charlotte. I'd black it out and just get rid of it altogether. But they're all like that, so I was kind of a little bit disappointed because it's a really thick book and there's loads of images in it, but it kind of reminds me of another cheap colouring book I picked up a little while ago called Art Therapy Enchanted Forest. It's same kind of design, and the images are very similar in size and also in style. But so yeah, if they don't do the patterns in the background, they do it in the main image, which is kind of strange. I don't know. Why do they do it? I had a bit of a conversation with Aussie this week in my group, and we were talking about Joanna Basford actually, and her books we can't colour either. They are very busy. But for those that like that kind of thing, I just expected more, but when it says advanced colouring book, I'm not sure that's exactly what this is. Some of these are quite cool, and as we just said, we could black out that background, acrylic paint or something. But yeah, every single page, this one's quite cool. Just black everything else out and just keep the pole and the dragon on each side, and maybe even the clouds. I think if I was going to use markers, it's going to just go through and wreck the other side. So if I was going to do that, I'd have to make sure. See, the pages are just repeated, so they're exactly the same on each side. Except opposite, they've been flipped. Hi, Kathy. Thanks so much for coming. So excited, Kathy. It's getting closer. I'm just going to quickly as I can flick through this one, because it's probably going to take me an hour and a bit to do this other image. So as you can see, lots of detail. Paper's alright, it's not fantastic. It's really smooth. I'm not sure how it would go with pencils. This guy's pretty cool here. They've just got a smaller version over this side. Hi, Neenah. So yeah, it's interesting. So overall, yes, Shadow. Shadow has to have her input. What do you think of the book? Okay. Overall, I probably wouldn't rate this one very high if I was going to review it. Too busy. Ah, they are, aren't they? I'm already saving posts for this next week coming. There's been some awesome... Hello, Shadow. She really wants to have a chat now. And little bells tinkling away there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the next one as well. The images that have been coming out have been amazing, because you're all awesome. That one's pretty cool. Some sort of prehistoric crocodile. So that's that one. I don't think it was worth the $20, $27 or something that it was. Okay, this one by Joseph, is it Cadambang? Shadow agrees. Lucky you. Well, work's just started for me. This is the start of work. It's 9:51 a.m. on Thursday morning here in Australia, and today the weather is, let me just look, because you know, the weather today is sunny, 22 degrees, which is actually quite mild for summer, but we have 33 degrees coming tomorrow in Victoria. This one is absolutely massive. Now, it reminded me very much of Kirby Rosane's books, but they are slightly different. These ones are also quite busy, which I think Kirby's are as well. I'm falling apart here, losing all my markers. All of the pages in this one are tear out pages, so they've got like a perforated edge down the side here, and they're all on individual pages, so there's nothing on the back of them all, so you can pull them out and do what you will with them. Oh wow, it's nearly 11 o'clock, is it? Wow. I'm doing a colour along in August with Colouring Heaven from the UK, and they've asked me to stream a few hours earlier so that people in the UK can see it too. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. I'm looking forward to whatever images and book is out at that time too. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, these are very much similar to Kirby Rosane's. There's little things inside that you've got to find. each image has little pieces in it. So it's 20 degrees Celsius here too. But these are, some of them are really pretty. I really like them. It's a shame they're so small. But I was thinking I could probably scan that and enlarge it onto a larger piece of paper if I wanted to do it a little bit larger. Which is pretty cool too. I love the owl. There's an elephant. I think the good thing about it is there is a lot of detail, but the details have individual parts to them, so it's not like the mandala style where you've got to do the same pattern over and over again. It's like there's lots of little things in it that are individually coloured. So, you know, you've got keys and yes, Shadow, I know you're here. She's telling me off now. Yeah, that's right, Loretta. You sharp hard pencils. So Pablo's, Polychromos, those type of things you'd be able to get in those little details. But I like them. You get to colour each of those little pieces separately. I've had this one on my list for a while, so I think I've seen Caran colour an image out of this too. Is that right, Caran? That's cute. I'm just kind of going a little bit faster now. Oh, actually, I haven't tried those yet, Loretta. Oh, okay, Kenny. So you've done some of these as well? Koh-i-Noor Polycolor, yeah. Ah, there you go. I thought you had. You do too, Nick? My pile of physical books is slowly getting higher. Yeah, I've got Brunzeals, or Brunzeal, is that how you say it? I've got those. I think the Black Widows would go well as well. They've got a fairly hard lead as well. If you're wanting to go hardly any colour at all, you could go with your Derwent Artist. Although, I'm not sure, they're quite thick pencils, aren't they? The leads are quite thick. I'd have to get my new Holbens and do one with those. Oh, and I've got the, don't ask me how to pronounce it. Fabian, I don't even know how to say it. Who just comes along and listens to see how I pronounce names of things. That's cute. Froggy fan here, look. Froggy! Hi, Shara. Cheetah. Looks like someone's having trouble chatting. Linda, good morning. Thanks for coming. Raylene, are you having trouble chatting still, are you? Let me just check that, because you were talking before. I could see you before when you were chatting. That's a bit weird. I'm not sure. Raylene was having trouble chatting. She was talking earlier. Yeah, they're the ones, Dev. I can't pronounce them. Oh, okay. So anyone know Raylene's trying to chat and it's just not working? It keeps saying error. So I'm not sure if anyone knows the way to do that, to maybe refresh. I have no idea. Hi, Shirley. I have no idea. No idea why it's not working. I can't pronounce them either. You know what? Sahara, if she comes in today, are you logged in? Yeah, well, she was here earlier, Linda. She was talking earlier before, and it's just stopped letting her talk now. Hi, Randy. So, yeah, that's weird. Anyway, Sahara can pronounce those pencils. Love them. Can't pronounce them either. I have no idea how to pronounce them. Sheparia? Fabian? Or Fabian? Shefria? I don't know. I really don't know. Have a laugh at me and my Aussie accent. Oops, I got a rogue. Something just fell off my bracelet. Hang on. Oh, good. I don't know. I can't find it. I'll have a look after. Oh, you restarted it. There you go. Yay! It's pronounced Sherpura Fabian. I'm going to give those a go in the next couple of weeks. I've got them coming. Yes, Shadow. I know. She's sitting in the sun in front of me. You are funny. Thanks, Linda. I try to be. It's my mission in life. Oh dear. Oh, look at Kitty. So I'm going to go through quickly Nathaniel Wake's new book too after this one, so we can have a look at a whole heap of kitties. Oh, Dawn. Well, mine is supposed to arrive at Kathy's place tomorrow. Is that right? Or the next day, because it's not Friday there yet. So, I should have them maybe by next week. At the end of next week, maybe. Hopefully. Hi, Lisette. Is that how you say it? I'm so bad. We were just talking about how I can't pronounce things properly. Had heaps of people drop in. I hope I didn't miss anyone. If I've missed anyone, yell at me in caps. A teaser. Oh, yep. They haven't gone down here. Doesn't mind what? Yes, shadow is very important. Yes, this was for whoever asked. This is the mythographic animals. I've had the other one. I've got the other one on my list, but it's not out yet. It's pre-order, is it? There's a new one. Well, hang on, what? Randy, for what? For the Arteza ones? Oh, Leslie, you got them from Kogan in Australia. Hi, Leslie, by the way. Zebra. I was wearing a zebra dress the other day. I think I've nearly finished this one. Yep. But this is actually really great quality for the price that you pay for it. It's well worth it. And I love the fact that you can pull out each page individually. That's that one. So I've got I haven't done any music or anything with this, so you'll have to just put up with me talking through it with you. So this is the Nathaniel Wake colouring book. I've got the PDF version of it. It's really cute. I haven't tried Arteza. I have had a go at the other ones we were just talking about before. But I love these cats. They're so cute. So very cute. It's pretty quick because I didn't want to spend too much time. I really want to get colouring. It's going to take me at least an hour and a bit to do the challenge, so I want to do that tiger. I think he's awesome. They are very cute. Hello, Shadow. She's wandering around my legs this morning. What's the matter? I think she's upset because everyone's down the front end of the house and I'm down the back, so she's wondering why we aren't all together. It is absolutely gorgeous. Very cute images. I think they're going to be really good to colour. There's not too much detail in it, but there's enough detail to give you something to go by too, like pattern and things like that, which is really good. But yeah, and there's I think 15 of the these are like the sample pages from all the other books as well, so I quite like that you can get that in there as well, something a little bit different. Surgeon Art. Are they the ones that Loretta, you were talking about? You did your dragon with those? I think that's it. We're done. Let me just move my books out of the way. So this one's from the Meadowhaven colouring book that I did a flip through of a little while ago, and I think I just recently popped one up. And this is a paper that I'm using. So this is the Canson Extra Large Watercolor Pad, cold press. It's around, I reckon, 300 GSM, about £140. And I actually printed it on the smoother side, so there's a rough side and a smooth side. I've printed it on the smoother side for the markers. and come through my printer, but it's still curling. The actual pad has curled, so. Now, so the challenge was to use a tiny tin or a small set of whatever medium. I picked they don't feel small because the markers are so large, but this is a 10 pack of Ecoline brush pen markers. I did have to use alternate colors for a couple I didn't have. One was that I was supposed to be light yellow, I only had deep yellow, and there was supposed to be dark orange. I've got light orange. Magenta was in there, and the other one I had to swap out was scarlet. I didn't have scarlet, so I've had to use carmine. And the other one was, it's supposed to be ultramarine deep. I only had ultramarine violet, so they're the colors that I swapped out, but all the rest are the same. Okay, I missed a couple of questions there. Love the picture, awesome. It's good. It's thick. It still does curl a little bit, but it flattens out fairly well once the image is dry. It does peel with quite a few layers, so you've got to be careful of layering. It's not like 100% cotton or anything like that, so it's not the best quality, but it's alright for things like this. Let me just check if it has any cotton in it at all. Manufactured in France. And no, it doesn't say if it's got cotton in it at all, so who knows. So I thought we'd have a play with these today. Look, there was a few things I could have done. I could have done Pip pencils or Caran Neo colours, or there was heaps of stuff that I had the 12 set of. But I decided to do this because we didn't really have a good go at these last time I used them, so let's have a go at them now. Now I've got my markers, I've got a small thing of water, I've got this little, I don't know, it's a rag, it's actually a coloured cloth nappy. I use them for cleaning. This one's obviously new, it hasn't been used for cleaning. I've got some brushes, I've got a couple of different types. I've got like a kind of like a moppy type brush for the background, which I use a fair bit of water. That's a size 12 in the black velvet, which is really soft and bendy, so you can't do like details with it. It's too big, too soft. I've got a brush that the lid squished my bristles, but anyway. I've just got a water brush pen, and I've also got a smaller, firmer brush for the tiny little details, so I won't use that much either. And it's got glitter in it from those from the Fine Tech watercolors. So the image is from Meadow Haven's colouring book. I did a flip through with the girl with the red dress on my channel, so check it out. I think I did it on Saturday, so you can have a look at that. Love fishies. Alright, let's have a play. So I think we'll do orange fish and yellow fish. So I'm just going to use, so this colour is light orange. As I said, I had to swap from, because I didn't have the deep orange. And I'm just being really rough. And just popping this colour on the actual body of the fish first. Can't see any more of his body. You could probably do the background first if you were doing it, but I'll do the fish first in case I don't get time to finish the background. I've only got till 11:30, so oh, there's a little bit there. little bit under his belly there. I'm going to do a little bit behind his eye. Bye, Cheryl. I'm going to scribble on a little bit of, I'm using deep yellow, which is fairly dark too. I need to have quite a light belly there, so I'll leave that section. Got my water brush pen. I've just wet it so that it's wet to start with. And I'm just going to go in and paint over the top of that and smudge all of that colour out and around. Not really any technique that you sort of need to know. These are really awesome. The colour flattens off really well. I find that you don't get any sort of lines through it. I can zoom in a little bit for you if you like. Oh, that looks blurry. Oh, there we go. How's that? So I'm just concentrating on the areas and just dragging that colour out. As I said, I wanted it a lot lighter down the middle or the bottom there, so I'll just go over that with some of that. I love these because you can be so rough with them. And they're not like watercolor pencils that you actually, I'm just cleaning my brush off because it's getting a lot of color on it. There's no, like, you don't get any streaks or lines through them, which is awesome. I've seen people use them with like scribbling on a piece of plastic and picking up the color onto their brush. So there's lots of different ways that you can use it. Did I miss anything, guys? Because I was kind of concentrating. Got a little bit too much water on my brush there. You can use a tissue to pull up some colour if you go over. I'm going to try and give them, they're kind of like butterfly fish, aren't they? They look a little bit like Siamese fighting fish, but they got more like butterfly wings. So I'm going to make them all different coloured. So we can have a test of most of the colours. I don't. Alright, so I've done the body, and there's a little bit I missed there. Just click off my brush again. I'm going to do yellow in the middle of their eyes. Just going to use the smaller brush that I had just to concentrate that in the eye only. And I just want it a little bit lighter than the rest of the fishy. So to do that, I just wet my brush. and just concentrated on that area, and I just kept wiping off the excess colour. I'm going to do the same with these ones. Just getting rid of some of that excess colour. Done. I'm going to do purple and blue in this one. Let me just test my colour here. Yep, that'll do. I'm going to do nothing special here, but it looks really cool when it's done. So I'm just going to go in and line in each of those little sections there. Just a line of colour like that. Cool. These are so vibrant and really pigmented. You don't need a lot, and you'll be surprised what happens once I've done. You'll see how it comes out. I'm just leaving the little bits on the ends of the fish there. I'll make them coloured later. It's pretty awesome. I really like them. I saw them on, I went onto the Cult Pens website and I brought the, actually it was where I brought the first lot of, I think it is, Fine Tech colours. Oh no, it wasn't. It was when I brought the, that's right, it was when I brought the 36 set of the Colourfast, Derwent Colourfast ones. These were on the website and they were like $20 cheaper than what I could get them here in Australia from the UK, so I got them from the UK with that order. I got a 30 pack. So I thought there was only, I don't know, a limited amount of colours, but there's actually a lot more than I thought, so I've got a few to collect still. Don't worry if you miss any of the sections either. You'll be able to fill that in with the colour that's already in there. I think I've got missed a bit. I think that looks cool. Alright, I've got the magenta, which is a pure, pure messy colour. Just went on my piece of paper there. Can't really see it under. I've moved the camera out too far, too far. I'm just going to do the same thing, just a little bit, actually probably a little bit less. Actually no, I think I want blue, not pink, sorry. Let's go with sky blue, which is actually cyan. That's better, I don't want pink yet. I'll do pink on one of the other ones. Just going in and just dabbing a few dots in here and there. They're just watercolor marker. They're pure watercolor. So you can mix them. As I said, you can put it on like a plastic sheet, rub it on there and mix it with some water. Pick up the colour with a brush. I'm just going to use them like a pencil, I guess. But wait till you see what the colours do together. They're awesome. You really don't need a lot of colour. It really goes a very, very long way. Okay, I think I'm done. I'm going to use my water brush pen again. Hi, May! Hopefully whatever's on your back porch is not human, although large could mean a large animal. And all I'm going to do is rub in some colour. So I'm just rubbing in some water, sorry. And I'm going to allow the water to do its thing. If you want it darker, you just put more of the colour on. Hello, shadow again. I didn't grab a tissue, did I? Just got a little cotton pad here. I just want to take that colour off there. Soak up that water. I don't know if you can see how that's starting to look like really cool. Soaking up my water there. So I'm using a fair bit of water and I'm just sort of laying it over all of those sections I just did, and I want the colours to all bleed in together. I missed a little bit of blue down here. It's starting to look really cool, huh? I love it. Anything that's quick and simple for me. So you may very well want it a little bit darker than that, and that's fine. If you leave it to dry and come in and put a few more specks of whatever you want to use on the top, you can do that. I'm just making sure all of those areas are covered. So that's how it will look starting to dry off. So these areas here that are looking kind of spread out, I've just put a little bit more water on there. But I quite like the texture through it anyway, it looks kind of cool. I'm going to do the same with this top fish here, but I'm going to use purple and pink this time. Magenta. Now the magenta is really quite strong, so I'm just going to put a few, I don't want to make it too dark. That's actually the tail of the other fish, so I don't want to do that section. I'll try and go around that if I can. And I think I'll make these sections pink. There's like 2 sections to the tail. So I might do like mixed colour here in this section. And then do purple in the other section. I'm going to use the, let me look, hang on, try that one. Oh no, that's too dark. I think we'll go the same, the blue violet. I want to put just blue violet on the top sections of these. So and then I want to put it in with the pink here. Purple, purple. So I've kind of separated the 2 sections. Talking about critters, are we? We don't have raccoons here. I think I'll start in the 2 coloured section first. Same as what I did in the other part there, just laying on the colour, laying on the water, sorry, letting the colour sort of spread out, make its own pattern. Trying to miss that other tail there. I think I need more pink already. Okay, I'm going to move to the purple part, just cleaning my brush off again, and just do the purple. I won't do the pink section yet because it'll just bleed into the other colour. Give that a second to dry. Look, I've already got stuff on me. Exactly, it is watercolouring, sort of. looks kind of cool where it's all spread out towards the edges. And I've missed a little bit of blue down here. I think we actually need some more pink in this section. I think it's not quite bright enough, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'll do this pink section first. So I'm putting it on the water and I'm making sure that I only cover the area that I want coloured with water so that it spreads out over those sections only. So if you've got really tiny little spots, you would use your smaller brush to get in there and add the water. The more water you put in, the more it looks washed out too. Do that little bit down the bottom here. I think I want to add a little bit of that darker blue. This one's the Ultramarine Violet. I'm just going to put that in these spots here at the back. There's a couple in the bottom there and just in his forehead. Thanks, Abby. We don't have, when I lived in the country we used to have lots of animals. Mostly wombats and koalas. They make a hell of a lot of noise for what they are. And possums. Probably our biggest critters. The only time we ever saw kangaroos was when we were driving, usually at night. They would drop or jump across the road. But we didn't see them often. I'm just softening off that line that the water made. I'm actually quite happy with it. I don't think I will add more pink for now. I'll just zoom out so you can see what I've done so far. I'm going to leave the little outside sections for later. I'm going to do this one over here now. I think this time I'll use carmine and orange. I think they'll look good together. Don't ask me why. I'll start with pink, or carmine I should say. It's a lot darker than the other pink. He's pretty groovy, this one. I like his tail. I'm leaving these little jagged sections. I'll do them later with the pink. This one's going to be a lot darker, I just feel it. Probably should just lighten up a little bit. It's a bit of a gap there. And this time I'm going to use, no I'm not, orange. Forgot what I was using then. This is the light orange. Seems like this pink is a lot darker than the other one. Okay, and I've left those little end parts as well. I'll do those in maybe just pink. Yeah, they're actually not too bad priced, I didn't find. But yeah, they've been loads of fun. I've had a really good play. I've lost my brush, my dears. There it is. I'm just going to do the same thing we did before. I'm just leaving the jaggedy lines on the outside. This one's a lot brighter than the other. But I think I might do an extra layer over the other two fish tails and see if we can brighten them up a little bit more to match this one. See, I always have trouble with watercolor pencils. I find that they really dull off at the end. Like once that dries and everything, the I don't know, the color seems to go dull and it doesn't stay as vibrant. But these seem to stay really vibrant for ages. Like they don't seem to dull off once it's dry. Just wiping off the excess water, but every time it sort of fills up too much with colour, I'm just washing that off because I don't want to push the rest of the colour over everything else. I want it to be sort of even if I can. I've just gone on the outside of the fish there. They're Ecoline brush pens. I was just thinking about it just before. I think I said I had a 30 pack, but I actually got the 20 pack. But I'm pretty sure there's way more colours than that. I think they sell them in colour set packs. But yeah, I didn't really sort of research that too much because I'd already had them. So, but yeah. That looks kind of cool, hey? Too much water on that one. Guys, I have to go. I have to have a quick break for 2 secs. I will be back in a moment. Sorry, back. Quick potty break. I just realised there's a tiny little bit of this fish here and he looked blue still, so I'm just fixing that. I really love the colour of this one. He came out awesome. Now I'm going to use the actual magenta. Actually no, I'll use the darker one. I'll just use a little amount. This is that carmine again. Just to do the very tips of those tail parts. I think I'll use this in these ones as well. They came out really awesome. I've still got the background to do yet. I think I might do the background with a bit of green and a bit of blue maybe together to make that look kind of cool. At the moment I'm using the carmine and I'm just going into all of the little parts that were hanging off the fish. Oh, there's one here and one over here. I do think that I need, I don't know, what do you guys think? I think that that top one is really quite bright and I need to do the same down here, but I'm not sure. I might just leave it for now. Just go in and I'm going to use a smaller brush this time because these areas are quite tiny. Blue and green in the background, yep. I didn't use all of the colours. I don't know the rules of this little tin challenge thing, but I haven't used all of the colours. I haven't needed to. Do I need to, is what I'm asking. I've used everything but golden ochre, green and black, I think is the ones I haven't used yet. So you tell me, am I supposed to use all of them? I don't know. I'll definitely use the green and I might use the ochre just to add a little bit of depth into these little fishies. Neither have I. Somebody mentioned it last week and I said I'd do it. Oh, just smudge that. It's all good. The challenge is that you use a tiny tin, so a small set of something, whether it be pencils, markers, whatever, but a small set. So, you know, I've got like a small set of, for example, I've got a small set of, a 12 set of pit pencils. You know, there's a 10 set of Neocolor. There's a, you know, like a tiny product tin. Almost like a, I guess, the smallest set that you can get in anything. Hi, Janet. I nearly drank my watercolor water then. I don't know who started it. No idea. But I thought I'd use these because they're a little bit different. And I've been playing with them and I really like them. So I thought, well, this is a good opportunity to give them a demo. But yeah, I guess the idea is to finish an image with just using those base colours that you get in a base set. Okay. Well, we could do that. We could add some shininess to our fish. Not quite enough water on my brush there. It's not spreading it out nicely. Okay. So tomorrow, guys, same time, same channel. We've got our second week of our Elena Lazareva, the Athena image. So the second week is tomorrow. And we're going to be doing the armor tomorrow. So I've posted up the link and the colours in the event. So if you haven't seen that, it is there, ready to go. Kind of looking forward to doing the armor, actually. Just making sure I got all the little parts. Yeah, I thought it was just a pack. So these particular markers only come in a 10 pack. So that's the smallest pack they come in. And then there's a 20 and a 30 and a, I don't know. So the only color, yellow ochre, I'm just going to use this. Oh yeah, it's just a little bit of like a golden color. I'm just going to put it in some of the shadow areas. I think you could probably use like a sienna or something here too. That way I've used all the colours. And I'm not going to use the black because it kind of goes green. It's weird. The black's weird. Let me just colour this first. Get rid of that, what I've just done. Got my water brush pen again. Because it gives me a little bit more water than the other. Actually, don't think it really did much at all. Yeah, that's right, Charlotte, that's why I picked it. Thanks, Katrina, yeah. Yeah, any picture, I did know that. My phone's just buzzing away here. I can hear it. Just getting rid of the waterline. Blending it in a bit more. That ochre probably would have been nice in the eyes too. It's really bright yellow colour. I missed a little pinky bit there. Just added it in. There's another one there, hang on. Okay, now I wanted to, so you can see all the like pattern on it now. Look at that. How cool does that look? I think this bit here could probably be blended a tiny little bit more. Just add a little bit more water on it to spread that out a little bit more. And I think that one up there looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. That one there came out heaps darker because the carmine was a lot more vibrant. And it really mixed well with that orange. What's gross? See that pink? It went everywhere when I opened it. Alright, so I'm going to do the background, and as I said, I haven't used green yet, but also I haven't put anything in these little sections here, so let's go do those. I'm using the magenta just to pop some pink into the ends of the tails. So they've all got a bit of pink in them now. I may not even have to go over that with water. I could probably leave it nice and bright like that. Which I think is going to look pretty cool, so we'll do that. It was a very quick one, but I wanted to do, and actually that's another reason why I chose these, because if I'd chosen pencils, it would have taken me a while to do, and I don't have a lot of time today, and I don't like to sort of have you guys hanging and hanging and hanging. I think if we have a bit of a limit, it helps get other things done. Alright, almost done the pink. That looks actually pretty cool. Quite happy with that. And apparently I can use white Posca pen, so I'm going to grab my white Posca pen out, and I'm going to put some highlights on my little fishy. Oh, this one's getting empty. Yeah, Kenny, do you mean thick paper or do you mean the size? Because this is just, it's printed on a, I trimmed down the size. The actual size of the paper is 12 by 9. Hang on, let me have a look. 9 by 12 inch, but the actual image was printed as if I was printing it on a letter size page. So once I crop it down with my cropper, it would be that size. I'm going to use my white, what am I using? Posca pen. And I'm just going to put some details in my fishy. Give him some nice shiny. No, I'm not, because it's not working. Let's see if I can find my other one. I might have to substitute for a gel pen. Try this one. Give it a shake. Okay, let's try that. Oh yay, look at that. I'm just going to put some spots all over him, and I'm going to give him a bit of a shiny belly. And this guy too, down the middle. Little shininess in his eye. And white contrast, make him look shiny. It's really hard to see in this light. I will scan it up and pop it up on Instagram and in the group so you can all see it. This dude's got some like little things around his eye. Yeah, my printer does A3, so I can kind of do anything from letter to, I can do tiny, and I can do, yeah, A3. Actually, I think it's called something else. It's tiny, it's slightly larger than A3. I'm just getting rid of some of the lines that are where the colours are bled into each other. I'm just sort of smoothing those out a bit, and I think I'm ready to do the background then, and we're done. Fair bit of texture in them. They don't look flat and on the page, do they? Let's add in some background. I'm going to do... Actually, I'm going to have a look. I've got a bit of scrap paper here. Shara, yeah. I've done a couple of, this is just crappy paper, so it might not work too well, but I think that will be good, blue and green. I have done a couple of videos I've been in. I did do a behind the scenes video with Jennifer Zimmerman. I did a little behind the scenes thing with, showed my studio and my what else am I saying? My studio and my face. I'm just going to put just some streaks of green. Now my page is going to buckle when I do this because I'm going to use heaps of water. So I just want to stop the water from running into my actual little fishies. And I'm going to trim this, so some of the outside edge is not even going to be there anyway. But got blue. This is the sky blue. Cyan. The green was just called green, I think. Yep, green. Do you like my beautiful colouring in? Looks awesome. Come on, when we were kids we coloured like that. Just put a little bit of colour in each section, you know. I think I'm going to need a little bit of dark blue too. So that was the, I wish I had the right colour, but this is Ultramarine Violet. I'm just going to put a little bit of this in as well. Is that the one I wanted? Yes. It's like a blue purple colour. You think you can, Kenny? Yeah, dear. Now we want to do the same thing we did with the fish. We want to put enough water on to spread the colour out. Now, as I said, it is going to buckle, so I'm going to have to hold it down a little bit. I'm using that large sized black velvet brush. And I might have to grab another soft brush out to do in between all those little tiny fiddly bits there. Even if I had ruined it, I'd just cut it out. Put it on another piece of paper. I'm not trying not to wipe any of the colour out of the brush either. I'm trying to use it to spread around. I've just gone over the pink, but I might fix that up again later. Now, I've got some going into my little fishy and I want to get rid of that. They are awesome. I'm quite liking them. I like watercolor anyway, but I hadn't seen any of us do these, so look how vibrant that color is, and it mixes in so well. Just really blobbing that water on. Oh, I lost you there for a sec. Yeah, I don't know what happened then. Sorry guys. I lost me too. It's alright, I found me. So Doctor Who, I don't know where I am. I'm having trouble getting the blue, the darker blue, to blend out though. I just noticed I've still got some lines in there. It's alright, it'll give it a bit of texture, but doesn't want to blend out as much as the other colours did. It's starting to curl everywhere now. Just flatten it out a little bit. I actually find that on normal paper it does that, but on this watercolor paper, or on watercolor paper, they work really well together. I wouldn't try to do it on normal paper. I don't think it would work. It's just like any water-based markers are like that too. They're really hard to blend on top of each other. But yeah, I've seen people use them where they've scribbled on plastic and done that. This will actually flatten out too, guys. Once I've done it all, I'll just sit and flatten it out once it's dry. For now, it's going to help put a bit of texture into my background. I just went around and did all of the outside bits first. Yes, this brush is the Black Velvet Silver brush. I actually got it from a mob in Queensland, a wool factory. They did silk and wool products, and they also did brushes, and they sold these quite good priced, so I grabbed the whole set, well, most of the set. I didn't grab any of the really large ones because I don't do large watercolors anyway. And anyway, I would give you the name of the shop, but they actually closed down, so they sold out all of their stuff and sold off. All gone. Just gonna soften off some of those lines. It's starting to dry up now, so it's starting to flatten off. And I got the markers from Cult Pens in UK, and they deliver worldwide, and if you spend over a certain amount it's free shipping as well, so it's why I actually ended up putting them in my cart. I had ordered those colour fast derwents from there, and I saw them and thought, oh, that's really cheap compared to here, so I ended up getting them from there. As I said at the start, you could probably do this first if you wanted, and then go in and do the fish. You can also use, like, I've got some, I've actually got it right here. I've got some of this masking fluid. This is the Schminko one, and you can go around the whole fish, and once it's all completely dry you can just peel it off, and it just creates a bit of a barrier so that the colour doesn't go into your other things. Just put my hand in that. But there's lots of different brands of masking fluid. That's just one that I had. Sorry, just gone off screen a bit there. I might need to use my smaller brush now in these little areas. This brush holds so much water. Just got my smaller brush just to go into those smaller areas. And that is it, my dears. As I said, the purple didn't blend into this background very well, did it? I can't seem to get rid of the purple line. You know what? That's okay. Doesn't matter. Just getting rid of some of those lines. So you can just smooth off the lines, the watermark lines, just by rubbing some more water over it and just pushing the water to the edge of the page so that it smooths out a little bit. But yeah, I'm disappointed with that blue. Do you want to see the one I did earlier? Because I practiced, of course. I've been playing with them for a little while, but I had to practice at this image yesterday to make sure that I could do it in the time that we had, which I have. Pretty proud of myself for that. So I used this watercolor paper. I actually brought a 3-pack of this from Fish Pond for those in Australia who haven't been able to get it. I got it on Fish Pond. It was a 3-pack, I think, for $110. I don't know. But there's like 30 sheets in each pad, so heaps. I haven't even gone through a whole pad yet. I used the silver black velvet brush number 12. I used I think it's Low Cornell soft comfort brush. I really love these. They feel like velvet on the outside. And this is a number 2. And I use this cheap little brush and I have no idea what size it is. So who knows? Water brush pen. And I used this Ecoline brush markers. That's nearly dry already. So it's starting to... my workspace here is a bit of a mess. So yeah, I think I'll show you. See guys, this is the one I practiced on. So it's a little bit brighter. Than that one. So they're slightly different. Colours are slightly different. But yeah, he came up cool too. And that's cropped and trimmed. So it's the size of the image. So yeah, it came out pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with how it came up. This one's a lot brighter. I used a lot more product, so drew a lot more lines in it. I actually prefer the way that the top fish on this one came out with the tail. You can see a little bit more of the colour through there. I think that's a little bit dark on this one. Bye guys, you're all running away. So I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to do week 2 of the Elena Lazareva image. We're going to work on the armor. Here's another, I don't know where I've put it, so I can't even show you what I've done so far. Anyway, yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow to do that one. So same time, same channel, same everything. Yeah, they're really good. Both of them are cool, and I quite like that they're different colours. That's good too. I can put them in my folder now together, so they look like a matching pair. The lines are actually starting to fade off a little bit now, so the water's really starting to seep into the paper, and it's starting to spread out some of those lines that were in there too. Bye, Kenny. Bye, everyone, whoever saying goodbye, good night, and goodbye, and thank you for coming and watching. And I'll pop all the links. I'll pop the link for the markers. I'll put the Amazon link and stuff in the description as well, so you can all see that. And I think that's it. I'm done, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I can see you all. Have a good night or day or whatever you're in. Have a good one. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.